Okay. Let's get this show on the road. For some reason, I don't know what it is. Maybe something changed with my browser, but I couldn't log into Discord or Blue Sky to make my little stream announcement posts. But okay. Without further ado, let's do video game things. We got a lot on our plate today. This is one of the first days where I really don't think I'm actually going to do everything that I've listed. Because if we go to here, I have things to ramp on for the car, achievements tab, 2 more pets, put audio listener in appropriate place. I don't actually care about this, I don't think. Because basically right now the audio listener is at the camera and not the player's position, and that means that, like, depending on how far away the camera is, sound can be much louder than I want it to be. But I think I've already balanced the audio with the assumption, you know, like you can do other things to balance the audio so that when the camera gets really close it doesn't mess up the sound and blow out your eardrums. And I've been doing that. So I think what I'll do is just say that that's already done. Yeah, let's say that. Oh wait, but... Oh wait, no. Okay. Because I'm not using an audio listener, that's the other big reason that I don't want to go through the effort of putting in an audio listener, is because then when I switch to a cutscene camera, I typically want it to be listening from that camera's perspective. So I'd have to have multiple audio listeners, and like anytime I switch the camera, I'd also have to switch the listener. It'd be more work than I want to do. 2 more pets, that'd be good. Make sure birds don't chirp at night. That's good. I should probably... Well, is this very important? CHUD child would be funny. This is basically, I have a sketch of a sprite for when Kitty gets, like, hit and turned into disc mode. Rather than turning into a square, she'll turn into a sprite. Let's see. Weston House living room. So this is the big task. Because I want to make the layout basic furniture and house collision. Character who can frame one of your photos. I think this will be, Bill. Yeah, we got a million things here. Doctor's fridge, textures, trash can opening and closing sounds. Input prompts don't cause stuttering. Switching status tabs. Let's see. Okay, let's get this in here. I think what I'll do is I'll just have this preload. So for the fixing the prompts, I'm just gonna have gamepad. Just have all of these in here. It'll make the load times, like, for the actual game slower, but this means that when a tutorial prompt shows up, it will not cause the game to stutter. And this will also increase the RAM usage by probably a lot, like, well, dozens of megabytes. But okay. But okay, and also I've had my vacation is now planned, which is nice. It'll be like June 20th or so. I'll head off on a road trip for a few weeks. That'll be nice. Let's see. It's dark in here. And speaking of, I will also turn up the brightness of my monitor. Okay. So yeah, for those who weren't here yesterday, the main things that I did was I added little rainbows to these sprinklers, if we can get a nice angle on it. Let's see, where's the sun coming from? That means about here. It's subtle in the morning. Yeah, quite happy with that. Because it just makes it look a little nicer. And it feels... I don't know, it feels surprisingly good. Oh yeah, another thing I need to fix, you can see there's some weird coloration in the grass. That's actually because the grass is now solid if we go into 3D. I had to make the grass solid because the cutting modifier doesn't work quite right if you don't. Or whatever it is, yeah. What is it? The Boolean modifier, that's what I meant. Yeah, and that's what I use for like cutting holes in the terrain. But okay, my main objectives for today, let's not get distracted too much. What was that? Make sure the input prompts don't cause stuttering? Yeah, that's basically going to be fine. I think I'll just preload all of them and be kind of lazy about it. So trash can opening, I think the next thing I need to do, let's do the big things first. I think this will be fun. And then I do want this. And then I think this there. And sounds are important. Do I want to fix this bug today? Make sure birds don't chirp at night. I mean, I think this is an important bug to fix, so it'll be in front of these things. Yeah, okay. I think this will be important as well. Okay, let's start with the Weston House living room. Because my main mission is... So we have the little den here, but now I need to figure out what to do with this room, now that I've reorganized it and sort of compacted it. Because this used to be the dining room, and now we have a full dining room here, so like, what do we do with this part? It's just kind of awkward. Because, like, you can't put anything against that wall. I think what I kind of want to do is I want to rethink this whole back area here. But if I do that, then I'd probably have to move the stairs, and if I move the stairs, that's going to be a big project. Let's see. Let's look at just some fucking houses on, like, Zillow. I wonder if there's, like, house walkthroughs. I don't know. Let's look up, I don't know, Everett. That's kind of near the area that we're looking at. No, wait, no, but her house is designed more about, let's see. Ah, well. Let's look at just houses. Because their house is specifically designed to be more of a Midwestern house. There's a weird little entryway. Oh yeah, speaking of, texture. Carlson's retaining wall. This little retaining wall here reminded me that I need to do that still. A fireplace. Do we want a fireplace? No, I don't think we need it. But I do like that there. Yeah, I'm trying to think what is good for our house. One issue that I'm realizing is I think the whole house is a bit too small for like as many people as live here. Because it's supposed to be, the college girl's house, or room, the master bedroom here, and then the boys' bedroom, and then a bathroom. But it's like a coffin, basically. Like, I guess I can test with a bed. So yeah, I want to see if I should, like, dramatically remodel this whole place. And by dramatically remodel, I mean probably exert as little effort as possible to adjust the house. Probably literally just grabbing this and just pulling the whole house backward. But yeah, let's test it with, let's see, Weston, no, we need interior, bed, double, yeah. Oh, okay, this is big enough, I think. Yeah, okay, this isn't as bad as I thought it'd be. Now I'm thinking, what do we do with the rest of this room? I guess we'd have end tables, and then we'd have a wardrobe or something right here. Oh wait, no, we have the closet here. We'll figure out something. And now I'm thinking, how do we handle the boys' room? Because now that I'm looking at this, why would Herc not get May's room? Also, May's room is huge compared to their room. I think I know what I should do. The boys get the bigger room. It's that simple. 2 boys get a room for 2 boys. And that way, that kind of excuses the fact that, like, they're living in, or I guess because their mom is still holding out hope that she's going to be visiting sometime soon. Because basically, there's a whole little subplot about the girl in the family, the oldest girl. She has gone off to college. And she was supposed to come back for the summer, but she got an internship, so she's not coming back till Thanksgiving. And that's kind of got their mom in, like, a spiral. But okay, let's, I know what to do. Let's also get some of these, mirror doors. Do I have those somewhere in here? Are they under, into where would they be actually? Hang on. Mirror. Generic. No, not generic. What the heck is this? Why is this in duplex? I'm gonna take that one. Duplex door sliding mirror. Also, I literally designed all my doors so that I can do that. And then I didn't do that. Okay, there we are. Also, this door feels like strangely high up. Like, I'd prefer it to be down here. And I guess that makes sense with this. Yeah, it makes sense that a closet door would be lower than, like, the actual proper doorways. Okay, and then I need to figure out, do I want a proper door for this little closet? Do I even want this little closet? What the heck's this little closet going to be for? Maybe they just don't have a door here? I'd be fine with that. But okay, let's actually have some... Okay, I'm glad that I figured out my main concern, which was, do I want a bedroom downstairs? And the answer is no, because these are actually bigger than I thought. Okay, master bedroom. Oop. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have all these bedrooms be cordoned off as demo only for now. Well, maybe. I'll have to figure it out. Oh yeah, and then also... Oop. And this will be like a bedroom May. Actually, yeah, let's have a consistent naming schema. Bedroom boys. Okay, so where do these all go? I guess wherever this goes. Okay, as a child of floor 2. Right, because we have the interior here. And actually, while we're here, change the display of these so that way I can actually tell them apart from everything that's being referenced. There we go. And now we have the interior, we have all this stuff here. Actually, wait, why do we not have the interior walls attached here? I'll live with it. The main point of these is to make sure that, like, all these complicated objects are only visible when they're close to us. Does this... Oh, this... Hang on. This should also be a parent, or child of this. Which hopefully doesn't make this, that'll fiddle with some things. Yeah, that'll be fine for now. Okay, but now let's get to the actual meat of this operation, which is... Let's get the children here. Figuring out what the heck to do with this space. I do like the idea of having a partial wall here. Yeah, I think that'll look nice. So I think we'd put it right about here. We should probably also have a little half one of these. Nope. There we are. Okay. Now that feels about right. And actually, we don't need to have the ambiance. Though I don't mind it. Oh, wait, no. I guess I should figure out. Do I want this counter space to be, like, sitting space, where you sit here and then eat? Or do I want it to be actual counter space, in which case I'd have this partial wall right behind it. And basically do, like, this. Actually, let's dissolve both these edges. There we go. Make this relatively even. Something more like this. So this is if it's a little kitchen space. Fully cordoned off. I don't like how far it goes out. Oh, I know. There we go. We could do something like that. Hmm. Nah, I think I fumbled it. Oh wait, nope. Don't delete the whole wall. Yeah, I think this is about where it should be, and I think this can be, well, I guess it's fine where it is. So yeah, I think I will have basically an island here that we use for other things. And then, yeah, that begs the question as to, like, do we use this for a living room space? Or do we maybe we, like, kind of expand out this section here, for example, to be, like, more of a room? But I don't know what rooms they even need. Because, yeah, let's fill in some of the other spaces here. Because I know, for example, we have generic toilet. Was it generic toilet 1? Yeah, it was. First of all, I don't think we should have the door right in the center of the room. There we are. This wall also needs like a new material, so that way I can tell it apart from everything. This would be like wall reference or something. Okay, do we need a half... Do I want a half bath here or a full bath? I think I should make this a half bath and then do something else with this space. Because, yeah, we already have the upstairs bathroom and the master bathroom. I guess I could still make this a full bathroom. Maybe there is some reason for that. Maybe, somewhere in... Yeah, I think there's enough space here to do more. But I like this area. I like having the big window and the glass door. See, I'm racking my brain, because I like the big kitchen, but we could compress that down. We could put something kind of in the center of the room, almost. I'm imagining like a wall coming here. Yeah, because I think I don't need the island. At least not that way. In fact, we could have it go this way, and then it joins up with this, so that way... Well, we should probably have it be a bit more like, Does that feel right? No, I think what I want... I think I do want this. Basically, like, just a center counter. Maybe just a big table in the center instead, though. Because, yeah, this feels right, except for I don't like how you'd have to squeeze here to get to the oven. That just feels like bad flow. Yeah, I honestly think like I feel like the answer is... Oh. Having something come this way. Having something go that way. What is... Oh, I think I see what it is. I think this is probably... There we go. Though actually, I think I wanted this. Huh? What is misaligned here? Yeah, how did I build this? How did I build this wall? Such that... whatever. Yeah, so I'm contemplating... Is it better if we have... This is just 3 separate rooms here, and then we do something else with this? And then we could potentially have a little archway like here. Because, yeah, I think the open floor space is very modern. And this is not meant to be a modern house. What? You know, this is meant to be like the Midwest special. I feel like everything's going slightly misaligned now. But I think that might just actually be this here. Yeah, I think this line. Yeah. Okay. Why did I design it that way? Yeah, because you can see all of my, like, crack pipe floor alignment nonsense. Surely there's some sort of reason for that to be misaligned, but oh well. What I'm thinking is... have this open up, and then, I think actually I'd prefer to have, that gone. That there. So that way we get one smooth wall here. And then figure out this alignment here. Like that. And then figure out... Yeah, I can deal with the consequences. In fact, what I can do... especially cursed. Now the sink is not aligned with the window. Which, I'm fine with, to be honest. Oh, wait. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I think I prefer having it be semi-open. Maybe there's like load-bearing pillars in here. In fact, I'll do the same thing here. Like that, maybe. So a big kitchen, big thing. And then, yeah, exact same treatment here. Let's see how that feels in-game. Because, yeah, I think that will break up the space enough to be interesting. But it still feels like they're not, like, deliberately trying to construct some sort of labyrinth for video games. Actually, I kind of want these chairs over here. Basically, there were more people in the family, and now they've left. And then I just need to figure out how the heck to organize this room. I think they're just going to have couches in here. I'm kind of thinking of my parents' house, where, like, in the, on the main floor, they don't have a TV. And then it's only in the basement they have the TV. And here it's just the same but reversed upstairs. A litter box could be important. Thinking, where would we put a litter box? You'd want it to be somewhere out of the way so you don't step on it. Somewhere that's not close to where you eat so you don't smell it. But not too close to the front entrance because you don't want to make a bad impression. Oh wait, the laundry room, obviously. Yeah, what was I thinking? Is the video game gonna like work eventually? Is it okay? I still have no idea what this node cache is. Because like it provides no error information. And also it doesn't seem to do anything. Like it seems to be like a completely irrelevant error. But okay, now that we've spent 20 minutes processing it, I should at least look around before I do my other stuff. Oh yeah, I like this. I like this little space now. Yeah, it feels less like a contrived video game. And more like this is a place where people would actually like live. And now, to figure out the ultimate question, do we still have hardwood floors here? No, I don't think so. I think we replace it with the carpet. But we do still need the hardwood floor out here. So I think what I'll do is just separate this into its own mesh, because I don't need it to be its own, or like connected to everything else. That was another like flaw with my brain before. Or a thing that I'm... Oh wait, no, it is separate. So that means that we can completely remove any distinct material here. Oh wait, but this... Hang on. Close other tabs. Does our bathroom use carpet? Ah, okay. Because these two rooms are supposed to have the same material. And then why is this? Like, yeah, there's such weird Yeah, I don't get it. Oh well. Okay, that's material one. I don't think we ever use this, so we're just gonna remove it then. Yeah. And nothing was lost. Admittedly, I could just make these separate meshes, probably, and be fine with that. Like, this whole section, this whole little square here. I'll ignore it for the time being, I think. And also... there we go. Okay, so I think classic thing. Let's go to our couch. Where would that be? Probably in interior. Isn't this supposed to be... Hang on. Why don't I use this couch as like my couch interior? Why is this the couch that's like special? Ah, well. I think this couch... I might want it to be even longer. Yeah, I think I want this couch to be bigger. And then we probably want some sort of table here. Yeah, let's just get the basic layout. I've been fiddling with whatever I've been fiddling with long enough. And then just another one of these for now. Yeah, now it feels like we have a proper, like, living room space. Oh wow, this chair is huge compared to the other one. Admittedly, I think I'd prefer having... You don't want, like, an audience to the bathroom, so you'd probably want these to be, like, flipped this way, that way. That way, people in the bathroom sort of can, like, float around it. And then, probably still want this on this side, though. So this way you can still sort of enjoy the room there. Yeah, is this... Hang on. Let's keep this the same size. Because I think that chair was sized correctly. So that means this couch just needs to be bigger and bigger. And then, yeah, that begs the question as to what activity is actually being done in here, other than just kind of hanging out. I guess it's fine. I guess it's kind of like a show of power in a Midwestern home. Just having a big living room with nothing in it. We'd almost certainly have some decorative plants. This corner is begging for a plant. Yeah, let's link, what would that be? Flower pot. What was that called again? Yeah, okay, it was flower pot mead. And maybe a little bit smaller. So yeah, very similar to the other the gas station guy's house. I don't even know his name. Ah, well. But I think maybe just the matriarchs of the house have similar tastes. In fact, I think put this similar place. Yeah, let's call this like end table S body, and we can probably just reuse one of my end tables because I'm thinking actually, I think I should do that first. And I think that's a duplex specific one. Yeah, this end table. Yeah, what I'm thinking is they got their furniture from the same place. And because of a quirk of reality, I can't, or because of a quirk of my specific setup, I can't parent these to each other, which is unfortunate. But yeah, so they get their furniture from the same place. Oop. Okay. It drives me crazy. Blender's, yeah, Blender's relationship of transforms and parents, it has no, like, logic to it, I don't think. I think it genuinely has absolutely zero relationship to, like, what the objects are doing. And this is going to be coffee table dash S body for now. And then all of these beautiful things go to our... Oh, wait, what? Oh, the sprinklers aren't children of anything. That's concerning. Huh. Am I okay with that? Because I kind of don't want to have to redo the schedule there. But okay, get all these here. So let's at least check. Oh, wait, no, floor 1 is the one that I need. Okay, I do see, though, I accidentally put some of this stuff in there. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. Yeah, this is starting to turn out. And then I need to figure out what the heck to do with this room. Which I might even make smaller now, because it feels like this is the actual living room. This is kind of just a landing space, and I don't know what its relationship would be to the rest of the house. But let's also fix some of this stuff. So like this thing here, vent. I think this material, yeah. And then here we have lines. I think metal trim for that part. No, I prefer the noise. And then we're gonna do blinds. Yeah. Now we have this thing looking good. And then, yeah. Now that makes sense as the boys' room. Could do with some better sheets. But I think that'll be, I have that also in the schedule at some other point. Wait, aren't these supposed to be duplex? Oh, duplex and underscore table. Okay, and now I want to reposition some of my things, my placers. Yeah, okay, you know what? This is a nice little place. The feng shui here, this is a bit of an awkward walk, but that's okay. You can't have a perfect walk everywhere. But yeah, I like having the living room next to the door, next to the big window. I like the semi-open design. You know, it's clear that there's probably like a load-bearing pillar here that they couldn't remove or something like that, so they had to work around it or whatever. And maybe a beam. Well, if there's a beam there, it should go all the way across, which actually, I kind of like just the aesthetic of that, of just like, there's clearly a function to this. So what I'm going to do is just, do that there. And then what if we did that? So now it's like, okay, now this is 100% structural. There's something here that could not be removed. Some sort of cross beam. Yeah, I like that. As just like, I don't know, storytelling of the environment, as they say. Next things, I think there should be a table instead of the counters, so that it's clear that it can be moved. Yeah, you know what? This is gonna be kitchen, table, collision, and I think this is, yeah. I designed this correctly. Oh. Let's do origin, the cursor. Mirror this thing in X and Y. Interesting that it's already, like, wrong. But okay. Yeah, I didn't even design it properly. Oh, wait, I bet you it's because I wrote... Yeah. It's because of that. Okay. Maybe it was less wrong than I thought. So yeah, this will just be a traditional, like, I don't know. What would you call this? Some sort of utility table, maybe? Let's clip these. There we go. So yeah, this is our ubiquitous kitchen table now. In fact, actually, this should probably be a little bit bigger. Let's actually get this. And then... like that, I think. So yeah, they're not quite so fancy as to have, like, one of those fancy, mid-kitchen counters, but they do have a nice table that they use for things, so you can tell they're serious about cooking. Okay, so that was... Yeah, I still need to figure out what to do with this little entryway, especially this little nook here. I've created many little nooks for myself. I don't know, maybe the kids just play in there. Also, couch. One. This should definitely be in... Okay, it isn't couch. Good. Let's do, like, metal for this. Yeah, does this feel right? It feels okay. And for now, wood, nice wood, and then What do we have for the armchair? Weston, call this living room. No, let's actually call it den. Armchair material. And let's hope that this is saved as well. It's not. 2. I think I might just get this couch again. Like, I might just create or use the exact same couch down here. Maybe. Or the same couch with, like, a different material. But okay. Get this going. Also, this thing. Okay, it isn't couch. Probably because I literally said it. Oh, I didn't set it. Interesting. Oh, I bet you... I don't know what I did. I set something to be a couch. Yeah, now there's just ever so slightly different sounds for being on the couch. Yeah, you know, I like this space. Okay, yeah, let's reposition Mrs. Weston and Mr. Weston into the living room. Except, I still need to... There's a very specific requirement that I need, which is... I need to be able to see both of them from this window. What I could do, actually... I'm really racking my brain here, actually. Basically, there's a challenge where you need to get 5 people in one photograph. But I guess it's not in the demo, so what I can do is worry about it later. Yeah, I think that'll be my solution to the problem. Okay, let's go back to the world. We need the Weston family to be enjoying the living room. Rather than hanging out in the fucking rumpus room or whatever this is. Maybe we could call this the sunroom if we're being pretentious. But okay, I'm gonna say, where should Mr. Weston be? I think maybe we delete this armchair here and we use Mr. Weston as the armchair. Because he is Mr. Armchair. He is essentially a stage hazard. Okay, that feels right. And then we have Mrs. Weston here, and she'll be hanging out kind of here. Yeah, someday we can potentially figure out how to get that shot. Maybe like right here. That'd be interesting. Wait, no. Because yeah, basically the way that it's lining up is there's numerous characters that'll be here. So Apollo will be up there. Mrs. Weston... Oh, Mrs. Weston was supposed to be here for the photo, but now she's going to be in here because this is May's room. Well, let's change that then. So yeah, I'll just have to figure out a better way of organizing that structure then. But okay, stick her on her bed. And, that, I knew it was somewhere in here. Nah. Where's the grabber there? Also, did hear a bug earlier. I might as well write that down. Bug. What the heck was it? Sprinklers. Sound is active at startup. And I think what I'm going to do is sprinkler. I think what it is playing... Okay, playing is false there. I think it's because stop should not have this keyframe. So basically, if the audio is already off, it should not be on. Okay, I think that'll work. Because I think what's happening is it plays the stop animation because of their schedules. And really what it should do is it should seek to the end if it's instant. And actually, I could do that by just going to the sprinkler. Going here. Since interactable var instant equals false. Let's say if instant animation seek current animation length. And that means that I can actually go back into here and we can keep this. And admittedly, I'd like a better sound effect for the sprinkler at some point. I just used my waterfall sound and pitched it up a bunch. It's literally like running 40 times faster. Oh wait, no. No, I think it's just 10 times faster. But okay, that should mean that now when they're instant, it should still play the animation, but it just goes to the end. Sets all the frames properly, hopefully. So if we did like set time world. Yeah. Now you can see. But if we were to exactly 0, it should... Oh. If we went to 11.5. No, if we went to 12... If we went to 23.5. It should then... eventually they should turn on. Hopefully. Yeah, okay. So then we can do like 1, and that should... Okay, and that turns them off normally. So yeah, now basically the schedule can instantly turn things on and off. I think characters need to also have different speeds that they can talk at. Because Mrs. Weston talks faster. And I should also pitch up her voice slightly. Let's just put that on the list. Pitch up Mrs. Weston's voice. Configurable dialogue speed. Actually, that should probably be... When the hell do I have unique speech bubbles for characters? I don't care. Okay, so we've got the layout done. Except for, actually... what is in the entry room? And also, I should make sure... I guess I should figure out, like... Is this good enough as, like, a placeholder? You know, if push comes to shove and I can't figure out, and I just don't have time to do better, is this suitable for a demo? I think I'm okay with it. Except for I'd prefer if this material here... actually, before I do that, I came in here to move Missy. She keeps moving. Because I keep remodeling this kitchen. Actually, I might even just have her on the table here. Or maybe on the couch or something like that. That'd be nice. I think Missy deserves to be on the couch. No, she needs to do what cats are supposed to do. Sit on the back of the couch. There we are. See, that's what cats do. But okay. There should probably just be called pets as well. Because I'm going to have more animals than just cats. But okay, what else do I need? Yeah, I think... Oh yeah, I was gonna adjust the... Go back to here, adjust this material. I'm gonna make the material here actually a stronger noise. So that way there's a bit more texture to it. And that's going to be kind of... I can't be bothered to do a better job with this couch. What I can do, though, is I can put later on in the schedule, improve, like, junk. Actually, do I care about this? I don't really care. I kind of like all the junk cars that are there. So what I'm going to do instead here is we're going to say improve Weston house furniture. So like the couch. Okay, and then I want to figure out, like, what do we do with these chairs? Well, no, before we do that, we still need to figure out what is in this room. You know, do I mind it being empty? Maybe we put just some decoration, like just some potted plants or something. You know, because we could have a coat rack here. We could have a wood-burning stove. That could be interesting. I don't think I'd do that, though. Yeah, this house isn't really suited for it. Maybe we save that for the clutter phase? Yeah, I'm going to say we save that for the clutter phase. So yeah, I'm going to say this is entry, or like it's going to be a landing room with fancy stuff. Or no, not fancy stuff, just decorations. Okay, let's do our basic furniture. Dining table, dining chairs. Can I get away with just making the wood nicer? Because I'm trying to... I'm racking my brain here. You know, like, would we need a tablecloth here? Let's make that unique. Because yeah, now we have much more... We have much better, like, wood technology than when I first designed this. Should have done that there. Ooh. Thank you, Godot. Okay, I think I don't need to overthink the chairs. I'm just gonna do, another chair. Let's see, probably, yeah, probably about that big. Do I want anything particular with this dining chair? I think it's gonna be... a rather cheap dining chair, I think. Yeah, something like this. That's perfectly fine. And I think half a meter... Is half a meter about right? I think that's... Yeah, I think that's good. And basically then I have... something like that. And then I think I might just do a texture to do this little component there. That seems fine to me. Actually, I might do it as this. And then maybe cut that face there, and then cut this face here. Did I do that wrong? I did that wrong. There we are. So yeah, this will be a transparent material. Let's actually add that now. And then the rest of this... It's actually auto smooth. Yeah, that seems good. And I think this whole bit here... Yeah, nothing amazing. Oh wait, but we do need to have this lean back a little bit. And also, while I'm here, why am I doing it like a caveman? With no mirror modifier? There we are. Okay, there we are. Do I want this chair to have anything fancy? I'm trying to think if I want like what do I want exactly? Or no, if I want the origin to be here. I think I do actually. So that way we can just use this object. So there's going to be chair, collision. Well, maybe I split it out into two components. So we could have like a convex body. I don't care. Yeah, I just realized I can just make it less complicated for myself. Okay, and I'm assuming, yeah, you would have the back of the chair do one thing. So what we could do as well... Well, do I want to actually go through the work? I can do this. Let's make it like not so weird looking. We're just doing that. There we go. So is this good? I think it's good. I think it's... Yeah, I think this does improve things, maybe, kind of. Okay, clear seam there, even though it doesn't really matter, because... Okay. Clear all those seams. There we go. So now... Are there any other furniture that I need to make today? So this will be... chair, dining. And I'll have to make sure that this also, like, is eyeballed appropriately. Alright. Weston, chair, dining. Oh yeah, yeah, that feels about right. I think we could make the back of the chairs shorter. Yeah. Let's do just like that, maybe. It's also clip, maybe? Yeah. That feels a bit better. Okay. And you know what? Now that I'm here, I've realized, what if I just make it even simpler for myself and don't bother with having transparent textures? And then we can have this like that. I'll figure that out later. I'll fight the temptation. Well, no, I won't. Look at how much space we could hypothetically save by doing that. Some amount, maybe. Okay, I think basically we'll just have vertical grain, except for here, there will be a noise pattern, and here. These will be upholstered. Do I want those closer to each other, or am I fine with just memorizing that? I think I'm fine with just memorizing it. No, actually what I'll do... bring everything that's wood closer together. And then, hopefully, with the space, we'll be able to do something. So it was these two. And do I want this to be rotated like that? I think this might wind up being better. Yeah, let's put all of our beautiful vertical... Actually, what the heck is this thing? It's probably this? That makes sense, yeah. It's probably the bottom of this. Yeah, okay. I'll just have these be upholstered, everything else not be upholstered. Alright, I think we got plenty of room for these to be split off a little bit. Because I don't mind if these, you know, have slight texture overlapping, but obviously we wouldn't want that for the chairs proper. Okay, and then... Oh wait, that means we should also go to here. I figured that out at some point. If I want to be lazy, I could also just separate this into a separate, No, I'll do it as one texture. But okay, that means that we don't need any of these chairs at all. And then we'll have two more chairs just in the corner here, representing people who are no longer at the table. Well, actually, why would there be two of them? They only have 3 kids. Maybe they actually do have more kids, but then where the heck would they be sleeping? I have no idea. Yeah, we have dining, chair... Oh no, chair dining. Okay. And there should be no reason for this to have changed, unless I changed something. In which case, I suppose there is. Alright, is there any other furniture that I think should be in the living room today? Because if not, I'm kind of good with it just being what it is now. You know, the table doesn't amaze, but I kind of don't mind it. Well, do we do the textures for the washer and dryer? Yeah, let's position the rest of this stuff as well. Oh, there are no children to that. Okay. Let's just do our, like, generic stuff. Let's call this, like, empty cube bathroom 1. Attach that here. Actually, I think here makes sense. Oh, I see. My toilet's... was that? I don't get it. I don't get anything about society, I guess. I also don't think this would be a great place for the bath or the toilet, but oh well. What am I looking for? Probably the sink, which I think is in here, yeah. And then I just need to remember where the mirror is and all that stuff. That also in generic? It is. Okay. I think small one. Yeah. I think I might want to have a proper medicine cabinet, actually. How would I do that? I mean, I guess I could just model a medicine cabinet. No, you know what? I don't want to bother. I'll say that's like, Weston House, improved furniture. Bathroom, medicine cabinet. And then, I mean, it's, well, first of all, we should not have the window here. Well, we could have blinds attached to this. Where's my blinds? So we can make this visible. Ah, classic mistake. I did not properly do that. But what I can do... Let's see. I probably should have had these blinds, like, properly attached to, whatever I had them attached to. But okay. A-okay there. Yeah, it just... There should be a bathtub here. And I think what we could do is we could also have this window move up. And also, we could scale down the window. Oh wait, no, we can't scale down the window because we have to scale it uniformly. But yeah, I have seen bathrooms where it's just a normal sized window that's just moved up. So that way it still lets in plenty of light, but not a lot of, unwelcome eyes. Alright, I'll make a bathtub. Oh, wait. I just don't want to do a lot of work. Because we still have a lot more work that I need to do today. But, I guess I gotta do it. So do you want some sort of old style bathtub like this? I think I kind of... Oop. I had a burp. I think I did. Yeah, I think I do want like this, basically. And I think then, And we could say that basically, like, they just have this bathtub here. They don't really use it. Because this was originally maybe, like, a larger house, like, with more rooms. And then as part of opening it up, they, like, chose to remove some of the rooms here. And then they just kept this extra bathtub. Okay. So this is now bathtub 1 collision. And eventually I should move this into its own thing. Like, do I want, like, nice legs on the bathtub? I feel like basically any bathtub made in the 21st century is going to be like a full width, or like the full height, like, you know, this style bathtub, you know? Hmm. Let's do this. Do I want this? I think the player might not even be able to get out of this bathtub if they fall in. Alright, let's at least see the scale of this. Because I'm also realizing this room is incredibly narrow. Like, actually, wait, how big is this bathtub? Oh, okay, 2.5 meters long. That's pretty long. Yeah, so this should feel about right for the scale. Wait, where the heck is my seat? Oh, I have to... Why can't I do it here? That's ridiculous. Hang on. Couch. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, because I scaled it up or something? I have no idea. Wait, what is... What is this? Oh, this is the wisp... Okay, okay, I see. So yeah, these two should be higher up, because that's just the prompt for it. And then this is the actual origin of it. There we are. Oh wait, but oh wait, but the couch is scaled. So now I'm scaled, what the fuck? I'm long now. Oh, there's a little... Hang on. Let's actually make that look correct. Oh, wait, no. That's in the world. But okay, so main thing that we've learned is that, Actually, let's go to this couch here. So what's the scale? 1.5? Let's remove that scale and just go to interior. Oh wait, no. It was where I was. Decor, interior, couch 1. And we're just gonna get this. Do that. Everything here should look the same. Take your time, kiddo. Take your very, very slow time. Okay. So that should be correct, and then... what we need to do then is get our seat. Which I think will need to be moved again. Yeah. It feels like the scale constantly, like, shifts and fluctuates in a way that I don't understand. But oh well. Okay. So now... should be able to, like, get everything working here. Man, I think the clutter is really going to bring this place together. So I should start thinking about, like, what do they have here? You know, what are their lives? What sort of things would they own? Okay, and we can get in and out of this pretty easily. Well, the jumping in this game is kind of weird because to jump forward, you kind of can't just, like, jump forward. Also, I'm realizing, go back to House Weston. I did not set this mirror correctly. Because it should be mirror small 1. And also if we go to Blender file, what collections do we have? Why do we have so many, like... Hopefully these are all, like, file collections? I don't think they are. Yeah, I think these are, like, localized. I think these must be from, you know what? I won't fight it right now. I can't be bothered. Basically, these collections are supposed to be, like, the windows, but at some point I did the localization. Yeah, at some point when I, like, moved this into its own file, Blender keeps automatically checking the localize all flag, which fucks up all of my instanced scenes. So if I ever went into, like, the scene or like the Blender file for this window and edited the window, it wouldn't reflect the changes in here until I go through all of these collections and fix it. Which isn't that big a deal. I've done it before. It's just annoying. Okay, and then all of these obviously need to be in, something or other. I guess I'll just put them in the interior for now. Okay. Let's have, this as well here. Do like that. And so we're gonna have this... Do I want to just get the bathtub that I have already? And then just figure it out from there? Because, yeah, I already have this bathtub. And I can just, like, scale this so that it fits this room. Which admittedly makes it gigantic. And then I could figure out potentially, like, either don't have the window. Yeah, because not every bathroom needs a window. Yeah, you know what? I don't care enough to deal with that. That means there's just not a single window on this side of the house. And then I'll have to figure out what their curtains are. But that'll be fine. And also we should have a... Don't I have a bath mat as a thing? Or maybe I just do, like, this. This will be bath mats. Well, we could have, like, no curtain here. Because if this bathroom is not meant to... Or if this bathtub isn't really meant to be used that often. I'll figure it out. And I think then... Do I want this, like, wall over here trying to think, like, where would be a good place for the door here? I guess this is fine. And then we can have, like, shelves here. Actually, what if I did my same lazy technique that I've done before, where we generate a solidify, generate array, and this will be actually that. And we'll just do like that. This will be laundry. And do I actually want more shelving? How much shelving do I want? And how big should the shelves be, like, depth-wise and height-wise as well? Complex. Oh, I see what I should do. I should probably, like, do that. So that way this thing... There we go. So yeah, now this can all be like one mesh or whatever. In fact, I think this should be a separate material. And yeah, now that I've gone through that, I'm also going to go to here. I'm just going to go to this chair and make it, no. Dining chair. I can't be bothered to make a separate material, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make two separate things here. Oh, I literally... Oh yeah, I was going to do the transparent back for, like, the slats. And then I couldn't be bothered. Take your time, Godot. Yeah, none of that matters. Okay. So here, standard UV. And then, you know what? Probably standard UV here as well. Oh, wait, but we don't have color. Vec4 color. So we're going to do color RGB times that. And also I'm going to have uniform. And also this is going to be equal Vec4 1 by default. Vec2 UV scale. UV offset to 0. And this is going to be UV times UV scale plus UV offset. There we are. And so now what I can do is I can do like the wood. We can have the sides and the back and etc. Yeah, let's do like 3 and 3. And then just make it a little bit darker and more red, like that. That looks good. And then here we just do noise. And I'm going to say like a yellowish beige. That feels like a dining room color. Thank you, Godot. I forget, I have to press enter there. Because I keep pressing escape to deselect it. How did it do that? Okay. but I do want more of a like orange color, not a beige color. Okay, so now if I press escape there, okay. It's just really sticky. And hopefully that doesn't mess up everything else, because now that I'm doing that... Oh, wait. Wait, hang on. Oh, I see. I was trying to select the bathtub, which I'm realizing I don't think I actually set the name of this. Yeah. That's the issue here. Generic bathtub 1? See, I don't want to do textures now. I think I just want to do the layout today, and then I want to do some other stuff. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this for today. And then when do we do Weston, like the actual textures and stuff? So what I'm going to do is... I like this, more Weston house. Let's say living room, furniture, textures, and that'll be curtains, bath mat, washing, drying, water heater, I also need to figure out, like, how do the cats get to the litter box wherever it is? It'd make the most sense to have it in the garage. I'm gonna say that. Let's actually... We can just model it here. So, litter, box, S-body. Oh, and that means I also need to have Mrs. Weston's car be something distinct. Also, are these in the, like, floor 1? Where are these? I think I'm just going to add a new thing. Garage. And then that's going to be there. Okay. So yeah, Weston Garage, Mrs. Weston's car. So textures. Actually, Weston house textures. Litter, box, car, other things that we need to texture. I think those are the main things, because I don't really care about doing that here. Yeah, I'll just say that in here of like couch, bathroom, medicine cabinet, coffee table texture. And then potentially also the dining table. But okay, I think that's okay then. And then fix camera collision. Yeah, we just get the outer wall, I think. You know, and also the inner wall. We just need to put a lot of things into the standard, or like the collision. Standard body. I think all of these right there. Not the poles. We don't need those. But I think that, yeah. Oh yeah, we also need to add steps to the, here. Where the heck would we have, like, anything here? Maybe we'd have some concrete back here for, like, other activities. Okay, wall 1, walls interior, yard soil. We don't need that to have any special collision. What is this for? Floor 1. Okay, yeah. Wait, do we have something that isn't a static body here? Oh, we do. There we are. Yeah. All of those should be there. Okay, so I think that's floor 1. And then floor 2 is way easier. And then I did these, right? Okay. And then the same treatment for the garage. Okay. That should be good. Because yeah, now we should have collisions against the walls here. Why are the S's super... Oh, is it because... Oh, interesting. If I, like, turn my head even slightly in the direction of the microphone, my S's get, like, 15 times louder. Interesting. Well, okay. Now we have collisions for the camera. That's good. That's what I wanted. And we don't have them for this, which is nice because, yeah, I don't want, like, little objects to, like, hit the camera. Why does this TV... Oh, it does have a... Hang on, why is the TV, like, white? Like, this is not the color that I chose here. Yeah, that's the color that I chose. Did I press escape, like, sometime 15 years after editing the color, and that's why it's, like, messed up? Okay. So yeah, this place is getting closer. Need more clutter. But yeah, that'll be for, like, another phase. I'm curious, so... Ah, okay. There's a flaw with my mirrors. You can see that if I get closer, I think, to the bathroom over there... Basically, what I might do at some point is make more of the mirrors coplanar. And so that way, even if it's like, even if it chooses the wrong mirror to, like, view from, that'll actually, they'll still be exactly correct if they're coplanar mirrors. But these two mirrors are perpendicular, the one here and the one in the bathroom. So I'll just ignore it for now. Oh yeah, I added a sound effect. Pretty lousy for the, for getting a goal. Let's see if I can get it. Because I want to have a bigger sound effect and little cutscene for the actual, like, hard goal that I'm going to be adding in the junkyard probably soon. Yeah, that seems good. Okay. And let's make sure all the walls work. Okay, yeah. Oh, I have to jump on some other piece of furniture to jump on the bed. That's funny. So there'll be a mini platforming challenge to get that. Just like this one, where it's just a little bit too high for me to jump up to it. The game is janky with the movement. I'll have to figure out how much do I want to accept that. Alright. I should probably have this be a little bit better. Let's just move that table a little bit further. And that'll be kind of my last act of the house for now. Unless there was something else in the to-do list. Nope, there wasn't. Okay, so I think this would be funny. Let's go to... It doesn't actually need to be in the sprite. Yeah, because basically I'm going to be replacing disc mode if we go to the player. Yeah, we have this disc body. When the player gets hit by something, they'll turn into a disc and fly around. And right now it's just using the texture for sphere mode as just put on a quad. And it looks dumb. It looks stupid. So we need to make it look even stupider. So how big is Kitty? I think she's like 280 by 280 pixels. Yeah, so let's just get a... I think I can just work with a sprite here. So this will be splat front. And I like the facial expression of orb mode and disc mode. I actually do kind of prefer it in here. And yeah, I think some stylistic inconsistency will be funny. So, do we want to do 1 pixel wide lines? Nah, I won't do that. Let's actually do some construction. I don't think I really need construction lines for this drawing. Now that I'm looking at it. But yeah, I think it should be more circular to mimic the circular collision that we'll have. So yeah, where would a circle be? Here? I think this is pretty good. Okay, and then we need larger shirt. And yeah, I think this is just going to be the drawing. I don't think I needed a sketch layer. And then... yeah, that feels about right. She has sort of a turtle shell of hair now. Okay, that feels pretty good. Okay. Splat front. And then what I want is also to have a texture on the back. Let's see, let's get our standing. Oh, wait. There we are. Almost forgot that. Okay. And then we can have that color. White here. And then where the heck is orb mode? Oh wait, no, it wouldn't even be here. It'd be in the other textures. Yeah, here. Do I want like a... that's a weird color. That's like an Ed, Edd n Eddy color. For the inside of a person's mouth. But okay, now I'm gonna say, no, I know. Let's use the normal colors. So that way it's not too obvious that something's different. Hmm. See, we need little X's for eyes. There we are. That feels pretty good. I think I want more squinting. Okay, that feels pretty good. Okay, let's at least get this in here. Oh, wait, no. We need to, I guess we need to go back to our sprite sheet editor. For splat front. There we are. Oh, wait, no. Now we export to player PNG, or kitty PNG. And then the only thing that's really going to change is in the disk body, instead of having this quad here, well, actually, we'd still have a quad here. Well, would we actually? I'm trying to figure out what I'd want to do for this. What I might do is actually have it not animated. And then instead I just export this image separately. Because I need two separate materials, one for the front and one for the back. Yeah, what if I just delete this, actually, and then we just have a sprite 3D, animated sprite 3D, and then we have our normal sprite sheet here. Let's copy whatever parameters we have from this sprite. Where's our, like, height? There it is. There we go. That's that. And then here in material, we're actually going to have the standard transparent. Now, I don't think this is actually going to work because what I need now is kitty that. Oh, wait, no. That. And then we change this to splat front. Wait, what the heck is splat? Oh, I see. I had two different things. But okay. So that would do that. And then we'd also rotate this by 90 degrees. That feels about right. And then, yeah, the only thing that I want to change is having a unique back face material. And that means transparent. Do we have another one of these? I think I need to duplicate this as transparent single side. Because, yeah, what I'm thinking is I would need a second material on the back. And then cull back. And everything else is exactly the same, which is kind of annoying. But also I'm realizing this isn't going to work anyway, because I still need to have, I basically just need to duplicate this, flip it around, have another thing on the back. But for now, that'll be okay. Let's test this. So I suppose I could have worse things than two animated sprites. Oh yeah, the sprite should not be invisible. Okay, so where do I go? Oh yeah, I can get hit by the biker. Because, yeah, the bear... Oh, yeah, the bear's also here. I need to get different voice clips, I think, for a lot of these characters. They're not quite what I want. I think I should have her be a little bit smaller, actually. We're going to do, like, 0.24. No, maybe 0.2. Yeah, I think that's about right. I want it to be within the disc, and I want it to be proportional. And also, it's way too dark. I can't see anything. Is time advancing? I guess it's just dark for a while. But okay, let's get hit by the biker again. Yeah, that feels about right. Hit me. That feels pretty good. And do I really want the rear? Nah, I don't think it'd be terribly funny. I think it's good like that. Okay, so close that. I think that's fine with that. Character can frame one of your photos. That'd be nice, yeah. Let's do that. I should probably also, like, get this stuff here. Let's say, Weston House and CHUD Child. Alright. That seems okay. Okay, and I'm gonna also take a few minutes to stretch and get some more food. I'll be back.
your bag.
Talking too loud and too fastly, telling facts by an open casket. Like actually, Ashley, that's called a telepath. Well, look at that. I made a new friend run for the exit. I was just trying to break up the tension. Always pulling the scab, and the scab comes off, and the words pour out, and they don't stop ever. Gums flapping in the wind, spilling on my guts again. Feels like psychosyllaband, sutures popping out the skin and never heal. Tell them how you really feel. Eyes closed, spin the wheel. It's kind of my entire deal.
Ey, hoy, ¿dónde coño voy? ¿De dónde coño vengo? ¿A dónde coño voy? Ey, hoy, ¿qué día es hoy? Estoy fuera de rango, no sé qué coño soy. Ay, ey, estoy en el espacio, voy como flotando, todo se mueve despacio. No sé qué coño está pasando, busco solacio, una vedita San Pancracio.
¡Ey! ¿Hay alguien ahí? ¿Puede oírme alguien?
¿Qué es esto que se oye? Son mis pensamientos, ¿cómo evito que me arrollen? ¿Por qué me sigue esa figura con capa y guadaña y mirada de amargura?
Huele a azufre.
Talking too loud and too often. Not a question, more of a comment. Bury me while I'm still squawking. Screaming sounds from inside the coffin. Get the party popping with the witty word. Then rinse and repeat like a pretty bird till the meaning fades. How absurd that logging off simply never occurred to me. How about some emergency? We're in the end times, it's an emergency. Tweet through it, Burnaby. Where is the fire currently? I pointed at it, so problem solved. Then walk away feeling so absolved. Last shred of self-awareness dissolved. How we doing, man? Oh, we're having a ball.
¿Por qué no me puedo callar un momento? Diarrea verbal, creo que me voy a sentar un momento. Me encuentro fatal. ¿Por qué no me puedo callar un momento? Diarrea verbal, creo que me voy a sentar un momento. Me encuentro fatal. ¿Por qué no me puedo callar un momento? Diarrea verbal, creo que me voy a sentar un momento. Me encuentro fatal. ¿Por qué no me puedo callar un momento? Diarrea verbal, creo que me voy a sentar un momento. Me encuentro fatal.
Extrasensorial, ya nada será igual. Ya llega mi final, mi viaje personal.
Es algo natural, mi vida terrenal, mi etapa carnal estuvo fenomenal. Comienza el ritual, bonita catedral, adiós ceremonial, respeto lo normal. Orquesta.
Okay, I'm back now. Pretty long break, because I ate a whole meal. But okay. Character can frame one of your photos. I think I'm going to do Bill. And this actually requires some kind of complicated systems, because we have the dialogue tool to use, whatever the hell we use. To use a photograph in the game. But I need to now figure out a different way of doing that. Okay. Basically, I'm gonna have it be... Maybe he's back here, and he's like, Actually, where the heck would Bill be? Where would he frame a photo? Because I'm trying to think of, like... nice places to do this. Because, like, a space with a lot of... You know, a wall with a lot of space would be this one, but it would be dumb to frame somebody else's photo or outside of your house. But I don't want to maybe do it inside because I'm worried that there won't be any... Because I'm worried that I just will cut the entire interior from the demo. Because there's going to be a lot of work to put, like, the interior, especially of Bill's house. Yeah, because I think Bill's house alone could be, like, 2 or 3 weeks worth of work. I mean, with the Weston's house, I already listed as, like, a month of work, and it's going to be a trial to do that. But who else would we do? I'm not sure. Okay. Maybe in his shed? I gotta figure out what's gonna be in the shed anyway. Yeah, I could do that, basically. Yeah, let's get Bill Weston's dialogue here. Old guy. Yeah, let's say that. So we're just gonna move old Bill here. Let's have the frame here. That's probably gonna be in his house. Let's also add a temporary material here, so that way I can just... Yeah, okay. And I'm thinking, how do we properly do... What's 16 divided by 9? Oh yeah, 1.7. Okay, so this is the appropriate size for a 16 by 9 photograph. Eventually I need to figure out how to handle non-aspect ratio photographs better. And by eventually I mean quite soon. So I should actually put that in the to-do list of like, how to deal with different aspect ratios. So basically like challenge photos, custom framed, or framed photos. I'm thinking we'd basically, like, add it to be 16 by 9. Because otherwise we're just going to stretch it. And I think what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to keep this here exactly as it is. Let's reset that. So what I want to make sure of is that this... No, okay. Oh, I think I ate too quickly. Cause yeah, I'm not feeling so hot. But okay. Yeah, I ate some, like, very fatty, like, shredded pork. And I think the mistake was putting a slice of cheese on it, too, because that pushed it over the edge to be, like, nauseating. Now that I'm done eating. Man, this song's kind of driving me insane. That was also, like, the very end of the song. But okay. So this is frame-s Bonnie. Wait, what the heck is this? Oh, yeah. That's that. So that should just be that. Let's have... that there for now. Actually, let's have a different thing. Empty plane axes, shed, interior. Actually, where the heck is the interior for the rest of the house? Where did I put that? Because there should be an interior here. Okay, good. Oh. Wait, what? Hopefully I didn't just fuck up a whole bunch of stuff doing that. Okay, yeah. There we go. That's what I needed. Because I wanted to put this frame in that. Hang on. I need to drink some water. Alright, okay. I think I'm back now. Ooh, mostly recovered. Okay, let's have this, oh, I see. Yeah, I'm dying. Okay. Custom... oh, wait, no, we need a, oh, wait, no. Can we do, like, photo? Is this the thing that I want? Yeah. Reference, update photo. Okay, yeah. And this is going to be a standard material. This is going to be noise right now. As soon as I actually put the frame together. And there we are. Let's see what this would look like. Oh, wait, no. That wouldn't look like anything. Okay, let's do some wood. Let's at least center this. Let's be, like, decent about it. Okay, so now I need to figure out, how do we set this to be... Let's have a function set photo p image, no, texture, var s equals shader material, new, s dot shader equals preload, shader standard UV Godot shader, and then s dot set shader parameter Godot p. Oh, and then also photo equals s. Okay, so now what I can do is I can get the photo here. And so this gets us a little bit closer. Let's see. I might want to have something more sophisticated than this, actually. I think what I need to do is we need to extend this thing, because what I want is actually the full and proper photo. Framed photo. And this will be environment. Yeah, you know what? It'll be decor. This will be class name photo. World photo. Okay. Class name. Tool. Class name. Framed photo. Extends world photo. Okay, and then we're gonna have var real photo. Photo. And then also this now needs to be something that can save. So persist. And then we're going to have here photo real photo equals p. function ready if real photo set photo. No. Var. We need a new thing. Export var stat string. We're gonna get the ID of a photo from the photos. So that means, where do we have photos here? Inventory? Maybe save load has it? Okay. So what we can have is I'm going to have a thing here. Or we actually need... Oh, wait. How do we get a persistent ID? Okay, I'm doing several things at once here, basically. This thing needs to have fill photo, or like frame photo. No, shed photo. Say that. So when we set a photo, we're gonna do set stat p ID. And photos should always have a persistent ID, I believe. And actually, let's change this photo. World photo. And move this as well. Okay. So this is now the photo, and we have the ID, which is just the hash of the texture. And I think that's good. Make crusty. I think we keep the same ID as before. But okay, basically what I want now is we set this, and then we're gonna do is function ready if has stat real var ID equals save load get stat. Oh no, this is gonna be photo ID int. Okay, and then I'm gonna do a search here. So we're just gonna have like function get photo by ID int. Photos if p ID equals ID return p. No. So now we can do this var photo, or let's do real. Let's just set photo here as And we're just gonna do if not p return. Save load get photo by ID photo ID. There we go. So basically we save the thing here and we set the stat right here. Okay, that feels good. And actually we don't even need persistent anymore. We just set it immediately. But okay. So this shouldn't do anything right now. I guess I'm just kind of checking to make sure that everything is working. Okay. So what I want here now, I want it to be specifically, you can show a photo to Weston. So, again, kiddo. So let's say otherwise not, game get stat old man photo. So I got one more thing I want. Or I got one more favor. You see, I got this big old frame here, and I don't know what to put in it. You got a photo you like? And then we're gonna say, let's just have like main speaker update. And actually we can do, I had a simplified function. So I have a lot of instances where I like do this here, for example. So we can just update old man birds. Yeah. Okay. In fact, we can do the exact same thing here. Okay. Yeah, you can see that I do this constantly. I set a stat, and then I apply the latest info here. And now we can just do that in one function, so I'll update that wherever I have it. Okay. Now what I can do is we can go here, somewhere or other, main speaker update, old man framed photos. Let's say that. And then so the old guy wants me to take photos. Frame. This is a big responsibility, I'm sure. Well, let's say that for now. Let's see, I have a good photo. And use. Let's say as well, and I don't have any photos to use. Mention. So, framed photo. Trying to figure out how I want to do this. Basically, I want it to be that it automatically brings up. Actually, we can do that by doing like player show status. All right, let's see what you have. And skip. And then we're gonna do I got one. And then one you like. Then we're gonna do otherwise. We're gonna have basically game has stats So basically, if you've actually set the photo here, which is going to be whatever I just said it was, Bill Shed photo. Want to change the photo? Yes, and then otherwise skip, no. I like it. And then I'm gonna have here, let's say like enter photo, or like pick photo. There we go. Okay, and then otherwise, thought of a photo to put up. And then we just do this. Oh yeah, and we should do, and I'll just do this here. Okay. Well, come back when you do. Okay. And so basically now there's going to be a thing where if you have a photo underscore where mentioned, let's say shed photo. Want to use this photo? Or let's say that. And so right now it won't actually set it because we don't actually have any ability to have Bill... Well, what I'd like to do is let Bill comment on the photo. I'm thinking, how would I do that? What I could do... Oh wait, why can't I talk? Oh, I can't talk to Bill. Do we have a photo of Liz? No. We need to go get that. Because yeah, this will be a fun little, like, I guess perpetual interaction is what I'd call it. Where, like, even though the game is done, you can still come back and, like, have Bill frame a different photo. And I like those little things in games because it makes it feel less sad when the game is, like, over. You know what I mean? Because in a lot of games, when you are, like, approaching the end, characters just stop having things that you can do with them. Which I suppose always happens inevitably, but... Alright. Okay. Let's see. Okay, there he is. Alright. And so now we should have the ability to... Oh. go back to where he is. Let's see. Yeah, this is a little bit contrived. I'll have to figure out what else is in this shed as well. Maybe some sort of activity. Or at least something funny. Let's see. So now what I need... So something in here, yeah. The player does not have a function called show status because I forgot to add that. On dialog exit. Let's do function... show status... And that's going to be UI.status met UI.active equals true. That's very cool. I like that a lot. Except for the fact that now we can't, I need to have the ability in dialogue to allow for fall through. Or, I think it's actually in the status UI. Or, photo list or something like that. Photo button. But this is going to be really tough to figure out where this is actually set up. Basically, going to the gallery, photo list here. I'm trying to figure out... Oh, wait, no. Okay, that's not where it's going to be. It's going to be in the status itself, it seems. When we, like, list photos. Update photo list. Okay, so what we're going to need to do here is, Call deferred photo height, update photo list. No, populate photos is where we do this. So yeah, we go through that, pressed photos empty. When do I actually check for the dialogue? I see. Probably in here. Check status. Okay. So what we can have then is to not check the status here. Is there actually any instance where we don't check it? Oh, yeah. Okay. When we do that there. So I'm actually going to have this now be... Wait, no, that's not quite right. We still need to check the status. But what I actually need to do is... is new equals result is interesting. Somewhere in here, there should be something to do with fall through, right? Params. Param values duplicate. Append array type items. I feel like somewhere in here. So, if this is a fall through option such as note, all 3 equals true. Hmm. Okay. This is the issue here. We actually need to be able to... Well, you know what? I have a good idea. I have a simple idea. Which is... We're just going to use any photo. So yeah, we will just have make photo button. Do that. Cool. And I'm just going to have here... say like var allow all photos equals false. Actually, let's say like show only active photos. And that's going to be here. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to have some sort of thing here. Basically, I think anytime we activate this, we're going to have show only active photos equals true. And then when we do the player here, UI.status UI. This is going to be, oh, this is actually going to be really tough because what I want is actually show only active photos to equal false here. I think what I'm going to do is actually, if not active, we're going to set this back to normal. But we're going to set it to true here. Oh, wait, no. So basically, actually, let's just show photo list. That's going to be more specifically for this. Photo list. Okay. So basically what this should do is it should no longer check if a photo is, like, interesting, quote unquote. It'll just show us all of the photos in our gallery, and then we can pick any one of them. And then what we need is to actually be able to get the selected photo. There we are. Okay. So yeah, now... that's how we're going to do it. Then we're going to do yes here as a... all right. Let's see how it looks. So now I just need to figure out how to get the selected photo. And I think I'm going to do... what am I going to do? I might just have it actually set. Hang on, if we go to the framed photo, I think what I can do instead of doing this set status here, well, actually, let's just do like, or like save load dot subscribe state subscribe stat on photo changed function on photo changed stat id int. So if real photo and id equals id return, yeah. Basically, I'm just going to have it so that we can set the ID here. One photo changed. And that means we should probably have in the evaluator. Basically what I want is to have like photo here, and then we do like a main speaker dot set, or like a game set stat bill shed photo ID, something like this. Or actually, yeah, I think like this. But I'm realizing also it'd have to be that $$ photo.id. So I think, I think the issue is we don't actually have the variable here. Like, because we don't get the items. Because, yeah, the dialogue evaluator doesn't actually do that. So I think what we'd actually have to do is just, like, player... I'll do that instead. Basically, underscore here. Game set stat bill shed photo player selected photo ID. Something like that. And then that means we have this here. And then what we're going to do is set photo save load dot get photo by ID. Oh. There we are. So this should hopefully not go into an infinite loop. Because we are setting the stat here as well. But okay, that means that now we can set that. And then the only thing I need now is when we use a photo. On use photo. Yeah. Var... Where the hell's... Let's just go back up to the top. Var selected photo. Selected photo equals photo. So this should always be true, or this should always be a thing that exists. And that means that we can use that. And that means that this should work. Let's see how that works. And then this should hopefully also be persistent. But yeah, this gives us just a little bit more impact on the world. So what's a good photo? I like this one. Didn't work. Why did it not work? So if we go back to framed photo, if we go to Weston, no, not Weston, Bill. Yeah, Bill's shed photo should have been set. Okay, let's double check. So I think it might actually work here when we load the photo. Yeah, okay, here it actually is working. And I think... Okay. So that almost worked, except for the fact that it didn't work. Shader material new, shader standard UV GD shader set. Oh, is it probably because... Hang on. No, okay. That should be there. Hmm. Function show debug the self photo. Okay, so the frames photo is that, and then we can do like real photo. Let's say that's fine. We're gonna do real photo ID maybe. Or we're gonna do this. Yeah, Mrs. Weston underscore human underscore you. Why is there an empty underscore in that photo? I guess I don't mind that much, but okay. We are seeing now that the issue is with the material or something. Hang on, let's go back to photo here when we update the photo. I like this photo. Okay. So we can see that this is all working. So photo equals S. And that does that. Reference. Ooh. No reference on this frame because that was deleted for no reason. Classic. But okay, I'm actually... If that's all that I needed, that won't be too bad, actually. But it's always the simple things. It's always the little things that I trip up, or that trip me up. Doesn't seem to be there, Bill. Yeah. So I think maybe now it's not loading the photos in time. Didn't work. And that's because... Yeah, so we can see the photo subjects. Frame photo. So what now? What is our problem now? Is it because the frame is bad? Or, I'm trying to think, like, what would be causing this? Because now it seems like it's a different material, I believe. Is there anything in the errors? No block found underscore exit. Oh, I see. Fair enough. End. Complete block. Set block. Oh, I see. Okay. And that's because there's basically, when we end dialogue, it's marking the block as complete, even though it doesn't actually exist. Because there's no special stat or whatever. Okay, well, I'll say that's fine. So yeah, that's not our issue. What I could do is, so when we go back to framed photo, I could just have here, like, if photo is shader material, we're gonna do... Oh wait, no. We can literally just do photo set shader material there. And we're gonna do is not shader material, this stuff. Oh wait. There we are. We set the photo to a shader material, and then we set the parameter to be albedo. And what I can do now is I can actually just make sure that this works. By just getting like a photo here. Okay, so that seems like it'll work. I think what it might be is the defaults of the shader material are wrong. Because now there's a lot of shader parameters that are being set up by like the uniforms, and I don't know, like when you construct a shader material and set the shader, does it set those defaults? We gotta check this. Because I think what it could be is the UV scale. Maybe it's set to 0 or something. Okay. Not P. If photo is not shader material, photo set shader parameter, material P dot texture. That was the core of the issue. Okay. There we go. And then what I can do here is we can actually go back to this, go to noise. And then let's go to here. No, I don't want that one. I want this one. Didn't work. It didn't even call this function actually. Oh, because that was the photo that was originally there. Okay. Still didn't work. Cool. I like that. I love that. Okay. So photo is not shader material. Oh, but photo needs to be... You know what? Actually, let's just do this all the time. Because, yeah, now it's a shader... Now it is a shader material because the default noise counts. So, yeah, we should just, like, create a new shader material each time. Okay, now... There we go. Look at that. Now we have a photograph. And you know what? It is slightly confusing that now there's basically two different things that you can do. Yeah, because basically, if you use a photo here, it's actually the normal conversation. But if you use the photo here, now it actually does the thing. Pretty good. I'm gonna do... I think I'll just be doing this for a little bit. Let's do 2 more. I'll say that'll be enough. In fact, what if we did one from outside the shed? I don't care for that one. Yeah, let's just take one more. Alright. There we are. In fact, put that one up as well. The thing is, I want to keep going just because... I'll do that one. That'll be like my final one. That'll be the one that I actually like put on social media. But okay, I like that a lot. That adds a little bit of interest. I think I kind of would like a layer of noise on top of it, though. You know, like it's printed on something. But I think I'll leave that be, though, because I can't be bothered. But okay, that is our final thing. Oh yeah, let's see what the song is. It's Undersaken by Oathsworn, or at least the album. Alright. Character can frame your photos. Nice. There's so much stuff to do. Okay, how important are the doctor's bridge textures? Let's see how that looks. Nope. Alright. Well. Let's see. Oh yeah, I was gonna put the steps on the... I'll do that today sometime. Basically, Weston house, porch, steps. The back porch needs stairs. But okay. I guess, am I fine with the, like, janky, hokey, like, platforming in this game? Is another question I should ask myself. Because it's kind of weird to actually, like, jump onto things, like... Oftentimes it's better to jump from completely still. But okay. Yeah, I need to do textures for this. I need to do textures for everything in the world. That's one of the downsides of 3D video games, is that you need to make them. But okay. What is it? Doctor? Okay. So I think what I need to do... I think actually I can just get away with doing the fridge doors. So that's exactly what I'll do. And actually, yeah, this should be pretty easy if I just do that. Mark seam, what am I doing? There we go. Okay. So I think with this, I can do, I know what I can do. Origin to center of mass. And then move this to the exact same z-axis. And then what we can do is... Huh? Oh, I see. Okay, is this good enough? Yeah, I think that's fine. Except for the fact that I actually needed to rotate this by 180 degrees. Because this thing is going to be hopefully at like... Hopefully they'll be symmetrical. I'll just make it symmetrical. At some point. Or maybe I'll even go a step further and like actually make them like completely symmetrical. By doing a mirror here along the, yeah, z-axis like that. And then unwrap it again. Why did that work that way? Okay, there we are. And now I just need to figure out which one of these is the exterior of the door. Okay, inside, outside. Good to know. Yeah, I think this will have to be like my last act of the day before I like rest. At least I got like through the hard stuff that I was gonna do. Yeah, because what did I even do? Yeah, the photo. Yeah, the photos and the layout of the house. Those were the big things that I was worried that would take like all day. And they only took 80% of the day. Well, closer to 90 if I don't actually do anything off stream today. Okay, so there's gonna be, say, standard noise here. Oh, I see. I was confused as to like why my workspace looked so different. Okay, UV. Projects. Decor. Doctor. Bridge. Door. Rita. I think we just go with a gray. And then, okay. A darker gray for that. And, what's our doctor door? Oh wait, no. I should have gotten the other one. This one. Because then I can get the actual, like, emblem. I can put that on the door as well. Okay. And that does mean, though, that, this will be mirrored, which I guess, am I fine with? I'm fine with that. And I'm going to add a little bit of a... something like this. Oh wait, but this is also going to be mirrored horizontal. I just realized this is going to be mirrored vertically as well. I'll accept it. Well, actually, yeah, I'll just have the emblem hidden. Okay. Back to here. House doctor. I'm feeling like faint. Okay. These bad boys. Fridge door. Oh, right. I have to go like 35,000 menus deep. There we go. Okay. Export this. Or save this as... Fridge, door, doctor. And there's something weird with that. I have to do that. Okay. So yeah, it doesn't look amazing, but it does get the idea across. And I can put like little decals or something on top of it. In fact, ta-da, now I can put the decals. And now we have the secret underground layer. I should probably improve the stairs there. And also I should improve, oh yeah. The main issue is the direction, or like interacting with things is based on the direction of the camera, not the direction the player is facing. Or like the left stick. So if you want to activate something behind you, you just have to look at it. Which can be inconvenient in those cramped spaces. But okay, I think that should probably be what I do for today. Because yeah, I'm feeling like actually sick. Okay, trash can opening, closing sounds. Yeah, I think I can... Maybe if I recover after my walk, I can do those. But until then, I think that'll be it for today, at least stream-wise. Even if I do more work off stream. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you later.